drown too deep, no strength to fight. 물결 속을 헤매이고 있어.
Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle and I do the readings.
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
Welcome, Linda. Renee, you were early, Renee. Lisa Marie, what is going on? Bartman, hello. Modern Muse Tarot, welcome back. SW, Crystal, and Roxanne and James. Welcome back, everybody. What is going on? We have the black background today. We're mysterious. It's like a little magic trick. By the way, I destankified the White Fly Tarot, so it is officially destanked. I let it air out, and it now does not smell anymore. And I wiped it down too, pretty heavily wiped it down with a damp cloth, and enough residue came on that I had to change the cloth like 3 times. But paper towels are always awesome, and it worked out, and now it is usable. Now we will do the 4K flip through soon, and we will start using it on stream. The White Fly Tarot will be an active deck on the stream. So Modern Muse Tarot, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. And Tammy's here. Tammy, welcome. What is going on? Good to see you. All right, let's see. Modern Muse Tarot wants to know, should I write and publish my fiction book? I mean, I think you've been working on this for a while. That's the first impression I got. You have been working on this for a while. It is not something that you have been, thought of yesterday. I think this has been going on, and you've been thinking about this and planning this, and you have been back and forth on it. My impressions, though. Boo Boo, welcome. Paula, welcome. Too Much, and Kathleen, welcome as well. It is the Tarot Oracle Show over here on a Tuesday. You know, Tuesday is kind of a boring day. Like Monday, you start off the week, right? Tuesday, it's like, meh. Wednesday, it's like half the week's gone. You're all excited for the weekend. Thursday and Friday, you're hyped for the weekend. Tuesday is just like the dullest day of the week. I'm gonna have to admit now that it's kind of a bummer. Tuesday is kind of a bummer day. It doesn't stand out. It's not notable, right? You don't really remember a Tuesday. Unless you have something dramatic. But other than that, you don't really remember Tuesdays. But that is just one of those things, I guess. Or maybe if it's your birthday on a Tuesday, I don't know. But I'm just noticing things. Anyway, should I write this book? 4 of Wands. I mean, this is something that you're comfortable with. It's something that you already have planned out. You already have like this master plan going. You know what you want to write. You know sort of how you want to write it. I think that you've already sort of figured out, sort of a lot of different things. Maybe an outline, maybe a a different type of aspect where you're going to do it. One of the things that's the most difficult about it is submitting it to people, basically, right? But I think basically we look at it, yes. I mean, we definitely can see a thumbs up here because Three of Pentacles really says it all. It is the birth. It is the new opportunity. It is the stability chance. It is sort of moving into that state where, yeah, I've got things to do. This is your opportunity. So I think you do have an open window of opportunity right now where you can indeed write it and it will be successful. I think that is going to work long term for you. Four of Wands points to basically be comfortable with it. Don't go in nervous. Don't go in with a lot of hesitations. You definitely want to be comfortable. You want to sort of, this is your book. This is what you have been looking forward to. This is sort of the design, the outline that you've been working for and things like that. The world says get an outline ready and going. Don't just sort of wing it chapter to chapter. You want an outline. You want sort of a, step-by-step method of approaching the chapters. I think once you have that and once you have these sort of bite-sized pieces that you can rely on and that you can sort of tackle, I think it's going to be better, right? I love apples. Welcome. How you doing tonight? But this basically writing a book is intimidating, but writing this chapter, because the chapter has these four characters, it has this plot line, writing a chapter is no problem, right? And then tomorrow, the next day, the next week, writing another chapter. But I think writing the whole book is just freaking intimidating. So you got to do it. You just have to do it. So definitely go forward and be merry with that. Paula, finally get the Echoes of Nature PDF printed. You got it bound. Very nice. Very cool. Robert De Niro is here. Everybody's here early on Tuesday. I'm just saying, Robert De Niro, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Robert De Niro has a birthday next month. Now, is it on a Tuesday? We have to know. We have to know. Is it on a Tuesday? Because if it is on a Tuesday, that makes Tuesday kind of exciting, I gotta say. It makes Tuesday a little more exciting if your birthday is on a Tuesday. Emma, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right, let's see. Robert De Niro. Let's see how the birthday boy is going to be next month. We'll use the Dark Mansion. Nothing says birthdays quite like the Dark Mansion Tarot, just in my opinion, of course. Emma, thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. Why is B not motivated to do things? Uh-oh, maybe they're lazy. Maybe they're in a little bit of that lazy realm where they just don't care anymore. I don't know. We'll see in a minute. But it is on a Wednesday. See, Wednesday's a notable day. That is when that you are gonna be happy because half the week is over and the weekend is approaching rapidly. You know what I mean? It is approaching quite quickly indeed. So let's sort of look at that and see how the birthday will go on a Wednesday. 10 of Swords. It definitely is something where you feel like skipping it. I mean, there's something comes up where you just feel like skipping it. It feels like it's not notable. It feels like there's not a lot of things to do with that, right? It's almost like that there's some good and bad involved with it, but there's a little bit of drama, I think, that gets inserted into that, right? 10 of Swords is a cutting action. I think your birthday also gets a point where you're ready to release some things. You're ready to eliminate some things that are sort of been bugging you. You know, you're thinking, it is my birthday, another year. Do I want another year with the BS that I have with this particular person? I don't think so. I think that you're ready to sort of loosen up and get rid of some aspects in there, right? The 2 of Wands and the 4 of Cups is interesting. I think one of the things that you sort of get on your birthday, again, not huge drama, but I think you end up getting a little bit of drama. One of the things that you receive, one of the aspects that you end up getting on your birthday, I just don't think that you're overall pleased with it, right? That 4 of Cups, maybe it's something there. It's also like the birthday is bittersweet in a lot of ways as well. So, I mean, that is just how it goes. The 9 of Cups says overall, it's a party. It is a party. No matter you have a little bit of the drama. Martha, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. No matter if you have something you need to cut out, no matter if you have a little bit of the drama, a little bit of things you don't really want. 9 of Cups says it is overall party. The 9 of Cups is an underappreciated party card. It says that we are indeed having a party. We're having some excitement over here. There are some things happening over here, and it is a banquet. You saw my video, Robert De Niro. I know you watch my channel. You saw my video on popular, powerful combos, one of which is this, or confusing tarot cards, one of which is this one, which is a banquet. It's a celebration overall. You have a bunch of cups on a table. People are excited. You got one fat guy in the front, and he is serving alcohol and having a party. Marissa, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Emma, why is B not motivated to do nothing? Maybe they're on break. Maybe they're on break. If I'm not motivated to do anything, I'm going to be motivated to do nothing with the Waterfall Tarot. By the way, I got word from the printer. Don't panic. The Waterfall Tarot is indeed coming at the end of the month. I should have all of my copies at the end of this month. So look forward to getting that back on Etsy. Look forward to seeing that in action. And of course, we are going to unbox the new, fresh, thicker cardstock, and we're going to check it out. We are going to smash it around. We're going to hammer it. We're going to run it under the sink. We're going to do all the things we do to torture my cards because I want to make sure that they're good quality. I'm just saying now. Anyway, back to B. B doesn't want to do crap. What's wrong with them? That's the bottom line. Boo-boo, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Doesn't want to do anything. I think that they are on a precipice to something new, something bigger, something greater. I think they feel that, right? We have two angels with angel wings on both sides here, on sort of a bookending the reading. We have that. Wolf is joined. Wolf, what is up? What is up, Wolf? Good to see you. But yeah, we have this precipice of something bigger, something going on. It's almost like that they're resting before this event, basically. They're resting before this event. They're also kind of depressed. So they're in that mode where it's like all of the moon cycles, all the sun cycles, or all the planets are aligning in this way that it's just sort of depressing. It is just sort of depressing. We have great cards here, don't get me wrong, none of which sort of point to this sort of depression. But again, it's like the calm before the storm. There are some big things that are happening. There are some things that are developing that will be sort of enhanced and sort of on the next stage. And one of those is Temperance. It talks about the balance, right? We have a balance between two different worlds, a balance between two different things. And right now it feels like they're unbalanced. Or they're a little bit on the unbalanced side where it's a little too much of one thing. Six of Wands is a lot of people are encouraging them to do things as well. I think almost too many or almost too much encouragement to get stuff done. Six of Wands, people want them to be the hero. People want them to be a person that they are not. I think that's part of the problem. Being somebody that you're not really doesn't work out for anybody in the long run. That Nine of Cups as well. It says that banquet is occurring. The judgment, the rebirth is around the corner. Give them like a couple of months, and I think they'll run into that situation where they have to do something. And then it all clears up. Miley, welcome. How's it going? Good to see you. All right. Who do we got next? We got Martha. Does Leo feel me running into so often? Does the Leo enjoy running into me? I guess if you run over them with your car, probably not. But, I mean, if they just bump into you, you know, and both of you look half decent, I mean, you know, that's not a problem. That's never a problem. Let's see what we got going on. YouTube user, thank you for your donation. Let's warm it up. Let's warm it up over here. I mean, we've officially started the stream. We need to warm up. We need to get it done. And I think we're going to get it done with this deck, which I can't find the stupid book for. Well, where's the book for this? Here it is. All right. It's the Super Lunaris Tarot. The Super Lunaris Tarot gets it done. It gets it done, and it does it pretty good, too. Let's admit, the Super Lunaris does it quite well. Indeed, right? How does this Leo feel? You're running into them, bumping into them day after day. Do they like it? Do they get annoyed with you? What's going on? Well, that Eight of Coins, is it a work? It feels like sort of a work thing or sort of, like that. MM, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Yeah, it feels like something with work, something involved with work, right? The Eight of Pentacles, obviously a work type thing. We have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. A couple of queens. I think they've seen two different sides of you when they do bump into you. I think they have seen a couple of different sides, one of which is your emotional side. I think one day you were just upset. One day you were worked up. One day you may have been super excited. It's like they see this emotional side of you and they're thinking, that's a very emotional person. They got a lot of things going on. They're, pretty excited or pretty down or whatever. It feels like that they got that mix there with that Queen of Cups. The other thing that they have seen is the Queen of Swords. It's like this true either professionalism or you really willing to communicate. Some days you're not willing to communicate. Other days, I think you are excited about communicating. You are excited about sort of getting involved with that, right? Love Apples, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. But that Queen of Swords, I see that level of communication from you. So you seem to have two different sides with that. Overall, I think they feel all right about it. They feel all right about it. We don't have anything like the Lovers or the Two of Cups or anything that would just be dynamic and amazing and exciting. We just don't see any of that here. But I don't think they might. I don't. I think they have a couple of different worlds that they've seen from you, and you're interesting. You are interesting. I think they'd like to get to know you a little better. Definitely there, right? Inquisitive Tarot, what's going on? Good to see you. All right, Marissa, how might the next 1 to 2 months go from me? Yesterday we had like a 1 to 2 year reading. That's a long reading. That is a long reading. I got to say now, let's go with this one. Warm it up nice. Warm it up nice with the Tarot in Wonderland. Get that done. Tarot in Wonderland doesn't mess around. I'm telling you now. It goes forth and it gets the action where it needs the action to be. That's what the Tarot Wonderland does, right? We got the page, we got the 6, and we got the star. This is interesting. I think that you are on a definitive journey. You're on a definitive journey. Now, you've been on it for a while. You've been on this journey for a while. You've taken a couple of side roads to get there. I think the main road in your journey just hasn't worked out. It's like the main road was closed for construction. The main road had issues getting in there, getting into the next stage. You had a lot of sort of challenges as you're trying to move through the main road. So you had to take the side roads. I don't think that's going to be a bad deal at all. I don't think it's going to be a bad deal at all. Page of Wands, though, says part of the journey is trying to figure out where to go next. And I think that is one of the major problems that you have, is trying to figure out what is going to happen next. The 1 to 2 months from now is not going to be, Emma, thank you for your donation. And Baby, thank you for your donation, or thank you for your future donation. Well, thank you for being here. NA, what's going on? IFC TV. What is going on? IFC TV, it has been a minute. Andrew, welcome. Andrew, I got my controller as well, and I hooked up Ableton and, the Ableton Lite and a couple other DAWs to it just to try it out. Linda, thank you for your donation. But the big thing here is the next 1 to 2 months is going to determine a long period of time. It's going to be your planning stage, probably up until November. This is your planning time, your planning stage. Why do I say that? Because the 6 of Swords, it's a long journey. You're in the boat, you're riding along. It's not a speed boat. It's a manually paddled boat, and it's a long journey. And again, I think this is your planning stage for the next 1 to 2 months. And again, we have the star. The star is following the path that's laid out for you and getting on to that final destination. That's going to be the critical part of the next 1 to 2 months as well. Now, Death says you will have to cross some levels of change to get there. It's not a freebie. It's not where I just suddenly arrive at my destination. There are some changes. There are some things there. And that works overall for you. I think it does. But the big thing in the next 1 to 2 months is to sort of figure out what is the next stage that I want to be, or where's the destination in November? Because I think that's your final destination. And I think that you are on the path. You're going to have to take some of the side roads. Don't get dissuaded by things that get in your way. Will Princess ever get better? Let's figure that out. With the Dog Tarot, we got a Dog Tarot. The Dog Tarot is going to do us right with Princess and find out if Princess will ever get better. That's a pretty broad question, I gotta admit. But of course, Princess is gonna get better. I have a good feeling about that overall. Now, the wheel is sort of upsetting there. The wheel says prepare for the difficulty, or prepare for sort of where you're at with this, sort of weird situation to last a little longer. I don't think it's going to be just tomorrow Princess is going to get better. The wheel says the situation is going to ride along for a little longer, right? The seer is critical, though. It's like you run into somebody or you take Princess somewhere and they sort of know what's wrong. They figure out what is happening, okay? They figure out what is happening. And the Sea Alpha male takes action for that. Basically, I think Princess basically gets some help. I mean, that's the bottom line. Princess gets some help. And that's the good news. That is the good news. Baby, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. So that's what you need, is Princess getting some help. I think that is around the corner. Somebody does that. But Princess is going to be in a little bit of a tight stretch there for a little bit longer. Not something that's just going to be, not something that's going to be magically go away, right? Miley, should I major in business or nutrition? This calls for a throwdown.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
On the left. By the way, if you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I mean, hit that like and sub button. I mean, if you like what you see, the like and sub button are your friends. I mean, let you know, because we got tarot news. We got lessons. We got a book that is coming out. We got tarot cards that are coming out. We have this mountain of stuff happening on the channel. You don't want to miss it. You hit the subscribe. Come on. Yeah, daily streams too. Who does that? Nobody. Daily stream. Well, we got a couple of people. Daily streams, right? I'm just saying. Should I major in business over here or nutrition over here? Business is looking decent. Okay, here's the thing. Business is boring. Business is where you're going to be, where you're just sort of bored out of your mind. I think that's one of the deals, right? Business is going to be like, I need to start my own business. Now I need to crank out some money. Now I need to hope for the best with this business. Now I need to consult with somebody. It's really freaking boring. And I think that you get in a mode where you're just like, screw this. I think that you just get bored of it. Nutrition, though, has a lot of interesting things with it. You learn so many freaking interesting things. You're just like amazed. I think you're just amazed with it. Nutrition looks great. Nutrition also sort of teaches you business, because that sort of launches you into some projects you otherwise wouldn't have been in. So I think nutrition wins by far. We're getting a thumbs up for the nutrition. Looking good. A lot of fiery aspects over here as well. And that fire is important. That fire from that night is important, because it's like you can get involved immediately. You're so interested, you just memorize stuff like that. It just happens that way. And that is one of the critical things. One of the critical things. You know what I mean? All right. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see, YouTube user below with the hearts. YouTube, let's get you in there. Currently in fields, we're in contact, but keeping a distance is not initiating. What are their feelings, right? We want to know, what are their feelings? Because sometimes people will be distant, but they're not really distant. You know what I mean? They'll be distant, but not really. So they're still thinking. We want to know what's going on. We're going to get there with the Oz Tarot. The Oz Tarot knows what is happening. And I think the Oz Tarot cranks it out quite well, indeed. Let's do it. Let's do it to it with the Oz Tarot. I mean, we're looking at the Empress, Judgment, and the Hanged Man. We have all majors. We have all majors. I think this week, YouTube user, I think this week is a place where they're pretty excited about you. I think that they're thinking about you a little more this week than usual, right? It's not something where they've completely forgotten about you. I definitely think it's more of a surge of thinking, more of a surge of type of thing this week. We see that because, number one, we have all majors. We have the Hanged Man. I think that they're in a mode where they're thinking, you know, what could have worked out? What could have been good? What could have been bad? How could we sort of fix some of this stuff, right? Judgment, you know, it's like the, you know, what if? I think they have some of the what if feels in there. And that's going to be important because you sort of want to know if somebody is what ifing, right? Because a lot of times if we did change something, we could have more of an aspect to get it done and more of a prospect that's going to open the doors, right? Empress says that they're pretty comfortable with their memories, with how things are going. But again, they're a little bit on the shy side. They're a little bit on the hesitant side. It just happens that way. It just happens that way sometimes. And sometimes you just, you know, that's what you got to do. That is what you got to do. Yeah, keeping the distance. I mean, you know, it's always good to be cautious. Being too cautious is never a thing. It just doesn't exist. Maria, what's coming towards me in love? Maria, let's get you some love over here by using this one. This is so neglected. This is so neglected. I'm telling you now. And I love it. I love it. It is the Oak, Ash, and Thorn. This was a Kickstarter. And I got the deck. And it's a dark deck, but it has white borders. And they were just butt ugly. I mean, I'm going to say they were butt ugly borders. Here's a hot tip. If you're going to make a deck of cards and it's mainly like a dark or a theme or dark or mid-tone theme, don't put white borders. Don't do it. Don't put white borders. I mean, borders are fine. Borders are fine. They've been around forever. But you need to have borders that match, sort of match the theme, right? I mean, not to brag about my deck, but that's what I did with my deck, right? So when you have the Five of Wands, we have a border that sort of matches something in the card, right? We have the Four of Cups. We have a little border that matches something in the card. Same way with the Wheel of Fortune. Same way with the Knight of Swords. So it's just not an eyesore. When it's all white, it's a freaking eyesore. Anyway, let's go with this. What's coming towards me in love? Three of Cups. Three of Cups. It's almost like somebody that you consider your friend has kind of a crush on you. I mean, a little bit of a crush on you. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation hosting NA. NA, let me know what your question is. Boo Boo has hosted. You be Boo Boo as well. Three of Cups, somebody you consider your friend or somebody that has a friendship vibe. I think they're interested in you. I think they're crushing on you, quite honestly, right now. C. Slaughter, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. That's Six of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Wands. If you want to try it out, I mean, it could be a neat friends with benefits or whatnot, but I mean, you do have sort of that toss up as to what is exactly happening there. The Five of Pentacles is sort of watch out with this particular relationship. I think it's okay, it's decent, but it definitely doesn't get into that magical realm where you want to stay. It's just so hard to make it work when it's not working. A lot of times when things aren't working, it is quite difficult indeed to make them work. You know what I mean? So if it's like on the edge and sort of teetering back and forth, I think you can push it in one direction, no problem. But if it's like all the way falling, I don't think you can pick it up and shove it over to the other side. I don't think it just works. So be careful with that. Be careful with that. Witch Doctor, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. We need a Witch Doctor Tarot. We need a Witch Doctor Tarot. I think that would be interesting. But thank you so much for your donation. MM, why will my next new job not be long-term? I don't know. Let's find out by getting a long-term job prospect going with this one. By the way, if you're not familiar. This is the Playful Heart Tarot. It is indeed. It is indeed. Mona, welcome. It's good to see you. Mona wants to see the cue. Mona, we are here. And this is the current queue. So there we go. This is the current queue. We are on Love Apples, Emma, Linda. We got everybody else in the queue. It is, I would say it's a busy day, but every day is a busy day now. I guess that's good. Thank you for your donation. Other donation. I appreciate you. So let us see. Why will the next job not be long-term? It's a contract job is what I got. It is a contract job. It happens. It happens. That's not a bad thing at all. That Four of Cups, it's like a job that you have, but you don't want. Right? Now, I'm not trashing contracting jobs. They pay great. It is easy to get out of them if the place sucks. It is easy to convert by working hard, right? Convert to full-time. It's pretty easy. It's a contract job. The Four of Cups is a job that you want to like, but you just don't like it. You just not very comfortable with that. Queen of Cups says that extra money is motivating. You do enjoy that extra cash. That is for sure. That Queen of Cups, that contracting cash, because they pay you more, right? And the Page of Swords, it's like, well, I need to do some networking here because I think networking at this next job is going to be critical for you because that really sort of helps you get back in if you want to, right? With that networking feel. But basically, right? Basically, it just feels like it is a contract job. Now, Love Apples has an appointment on Thursday. How is that going to go? I'm thinking for a good appointment deck would be the Heaven and Earth. The Heaven and Earth is going to be it's going to be a fantastic one to pull out here. Let's see. Let's turn off the other camera. Let's turn off that other camera. That'd be great. Wouldn't it, though? Wouldn't it be great? Anyway, we got a Thursday appointment. We want to see how that's going to go because it could go bad, could go good. I don't know. Let's find out how the appointment will go. Oh, my. You don't want to be at that one. Oh, my. We got royalties here. We got two knights. Okay, that's sort of awkward. Almost inconvenient. Two knight and a chariot. We know one thing for sure. It's going to be short. It's going to be short. We have a knight. Okay. We have another knight and we have a movement card. All of these are on horses. All of these are moving. All of these have animals, basically, that help them move. It's almost like it goes quick. There's somebody helping you. There's somebody moving you along. Could be somebody trying to rush out. Could be somebody. It could be a feeling of this went pretty well, and all of a sudden I'm out of here. It definitely sort of goes quickly. That is for sure. We have a lot of royalty with this. Now, I think you're going to have to go back. Love Apples. Bottom line, I think you're going to have to go back. It's almost like something doesn't get done. Maybe it was too quick, or maybe there's something happened, but it feels like I'm going to have to return. You definitely don't want to be there. It is this feeling of once I'm there, maybe I don't want to be there. It seems we have the Four of Cups as a common theme tonight, but yeah, it's almost like I don't want to be there. Maybe I just wanted to visit, or maybe I didn't want to sort of, but it's okay not to want to be there because you get out of there freaking quick. So I don't think it's going to be too bad at all. I don't think it's going to be too bad at all. We don't have any cards that just scream success, but we don't have any cards that scream failure either. It's like we go, we're out of there. That's the bottom line. Very interesting set of cards there. M, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Emma, why did M not accept my apology? Emma, if you apologize to me, I would accept it immediately. I am just saying. And, no, I think the Poe knows. I think the Poe knows. The Poe knows exactly. The Poe knows exactly why M did not accept the apology. I mean, I'm not saying that Poe knows everything, but the Poe damn sure knows why this apology was not accepted. Oh my, we got a lot of blue. We have a lot of blue. All right, entertainment purposes only. Obviously, entertainment purposes only. It seems that they think that you should have said something completely different. They think that you should have said something totally different. I mean, that's the bottom line. The Two of Pentacles, Emma, you had choices. You had the opportunity to make a choice, and they thought you made the wrong one. That's what's going on. That Four of Swords. The apology makes them think differently about the situation. They want to plan. They want to, they want to go into a planning stage where they don't want anything to do with the apology. They don't want anything to do with the situation. They need a break. They need a rest break. They need a break. And I mean, the Four of Swords says taking a break is going to be good right now. For them especially, right? Because the Ten of Swords, it seems that they just want to cut you out completely at this point. It just feels like that they just want to cut, that they just want to cut something or cut it out or something like that. That's basically what the pose says. Again, entertainment purposes only. That's what the cards say. That is what the cards say indeed. All right, let's go to the next read. And Linda is the next read. Should I keep my hair gray or go back to coloring it all the time? I don't know. Let's see. What is going to look better? What is going to look better? Gray hair? When I think of gray hair, I think of the Housewives Tarot. I think of the house. I'm not gonna lie. Kathleen, thank you for your very generous donation. I appreciate you so much. Linda, I think that we're going to use the Housewives Tarot for this because it feels like one of those tarots that you need for this question. It does. It does. Lover bought the Gilded Tarot Royale. That is a beautiful freaking deck. I'm going to say now that the Gilded Tarot Royale, a lot of people say it feels thin. I think it's okay. I mean, not the thickest deck in the freaking world. I think it's all right. Spiritualist, thank you for your donation. All right. Let's see. Temperance. Ooh, Temperance. Queen of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. How do you read gray hair from this? How do you read gray hair from this? I think that coloring it is the solution. I really do. I think that coloring it is the solution. It's almost like that we have a little bit of a crown here, a crown here, a crown here. It's like the hair is very prominent right here. It's like there's something with the hair, something going on with the hair. We have a very prominent head section within all of these cards, all right? And then we have somebody mixing up hair coloring. They're literally mixing up hair coloring live right here in the bowl. So the hair coloring being mixed, you see the hair colors right there, hair coloring being mixed, the prominence of the head area within all of these cards. It says that, yeah, keep coloring it. I mean, that's basically what it says. All right, Sweet Caroline, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right, Christina's blowing up my phone in the other room. Give me 30 seconds to go grab it. All right, we got the phone. Oh, we got the phone, and we are back. And we dropped the camera. Luckily, it is a quite a sturdy camera, so fear not. It is not broken. I don't think so. I don't think it's broken. I think it needs to be plugged back in. Anyway, technical difficulties. Oh, okay. Where were we before we had to go all the way and do all of that? We are back to the post hair coloring question, which would be, baby, tell me about T. He just approached me in a grocery store. Oh my. T just came out of nowhere, out of the grocery store, and said, hello, baby. What's he? Yeah, he literally said, "Baby, what is happening? What is happening with that?" All right, we have a frozen image on the camera. It's got to be unplugged and plugged back in. Is what usually. Maybe a reboot. I've dropped that camera about 500 times, so that's how it goes. All right, we're going to use the "this might hurt" for that because, baby, I'm just saying, T comes out of the grocery store. And hopefully he approached you. Like, when did he approach you? I mean, what if I'm approaching you in the grocery store? What section should I do it? Should I do it in the beer section, the wine section? I mean, the fruit section? I don't know these things. I don't know how these things work. So, I mean, just let me know. Any women in the chat, let me know if I approach you in a grocery store. I mean, what aisle would I do it in? Assuming not the kitty litter aisle, right? Or not the I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what aisle is the best one. The meat, could it be the meat section? Do people get randy in the meat section? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, so T approached you at the grocery store. We're still waiting for like what section you were in. The Nine of Swords. Tell me about T. Nine of Swords. This is somebody that is concerned about a lot of things. It feels like that they have a lot of expectations from this, and they think that things are going to go well. They're just sort of hanging their hat, if that's still a phrase. They're hanging their hat on this particular thing, basically, right? And I think that's coming into play later. Because you have the Three of Swords, which talks about ultimately it's more of a short-term relationship, a little bit of more of a short-term relationship. Ten of Pentacles says it does have its moments, definitely. It has these times to where you're just sort of thrilled and excited about it. And then other days you're like, what did I get myself in? What did I get myself into at this point? Page of Swords says T is not that great at communicating. They're not that great at dating. I think that they had this moment where all the stars aligned and then, things, and then, but in reality, over long term, you're going to find them to be quite challenged indeed. So I think overall, the ice cream section, there you go. Oh, no, it's spaghetti sauce. Okay. If you're going to pick up women, you need to do it in the spaghetti sauce section. I mean, it is saucy over there, I guess. I don't know. I never picked up women in the grocery store. Anyway, but yeah, that's it basically. So this is somebody who has a lot of concerns, a lot of worries. It feels like I don't think they're Virgo, but it feels like a Virgo feel where they're like worried about stuff. Page of Swords, I don't think they're a good communicator. They're not good at relationships in general. They do have a lot of riding on this and it ends up being a short-term relationship. So there you go. There is T in a nutshell, as they say. Okay, now we have a reading for Not Applicable. Not Applicable has a reading. Let's find out. Hello, B. It's been a minute. How are you doing? Good to see you. All right. Will Scorpio come back without the third party? Oh, my. NA. Speaking of This Might Hurt, Tarot, this might hurt indeed. Let's get you the wheel. Not that this might hurt, but yeah. Are they going to come back without the cheating? Cheating, that ain't no good. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody got time. Nobody got time for these cheatings. Will they come back, though? That is the critical question here. Knight of Swords says yes. Queen of Wands says yes. And the Knight of Wheels says yes. Overall, we're giving it a thumbs up. I mean, that's what we do here. We give it a thumbs up because we're all about the thumbs. I mean, that's it. Knight of Swords has that movement. It has that action. It has that urgency. I think the third party doesn't work out. And I think that they come crawling back. Basically what I see, right? The Queen of Wands, they're trying to figure out where they're going to go next. Because again, the third party may not have worked out. It may have had more challenges that was worthwhile. Nine of Wheels says that they see you as reliable. They see you as somebody who is going to be there. You're going to be somebody who is always there. And they're going to rely on that with that Nine of Wheels. So overall, I say the Scorpio is headed back. It is coming your direction. It is happening. It is happening. What are Stefan's real intentions towards me? What about that, Stefan? What are the real intentions? What do they have in mind? Where are they going with all of that stuff? That's the questions that the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot answers. I'm just saying, the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot answers these questions like a boss, like a literal boss. All right. What are their intentions? Oh, man. It's almost like the intentions aren't good. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying they're coming in thinking they got it made. They got it made. Christina, welcome. How are you doing? Yeah, Christina had to go get the phone. Christina is still at work. All right. They're coming in thinking they got it made. It's almost like they tricked you. It's almost like that they did something cool and fun and nifty, and that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. They think that they have choices in this matter, like they're on top of the world here. They're going to think that when they move, when they make a move, when they do things, it's going to work every time. And Justice says that they're trying to find a balance in here because, again, they're coming in with this agenda. They're coming in with this kind of this mix, kind of this feel. I'm not saying they're trying to pull one over on you, but it feels a lot like it. It feels a lot like it. And normally, the intentions are good. Normally, we'll have good intention reads, right? But this one, we got a mix. We got a mix here. Witch Doctor. We need a Witch Doctor tarot. I'm just saying now, we want to go with the thought. Witch Doctor gets the thought. I'm not saying Crowley was a witch doctor. I'm just saying Crowley was a mountain climber. Crowley was a mountain climber. Everybody remembers Crowley for, all this other stuff, but I'm just saying, at his heart, Crowley was a freaking mountain climber. He climbed mountains that nobody else has climbed since. So you're pretty good. He also had his library dragged up behind him when he climbed by people that he hired. So he hired people to bring his books so he could read between the mountain climbs. Anyway, let's get back to the thought. A general reading, LOL. Let's do it. Oh, man. I think that you're going to have family problems. Bottom line, you're going to have family problems. There are some family discourse happening. There are some family things going on. There's some mulling around of this Cancer emotion. It feels like there's some drama sort of coming, right? We have this motion in here, this emotional type of pull in here. And then we're sort of coming into sort of that three, or the accompaniment of friends, accompaniment of family, and all of this other stuff. It just feels like that. Christina, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Christina, am I ready to level up? You're going to be level 100 in but anyway, I predict family problems. That's the first prediction. Second thing that I have is money. Okay, money. I think that money gets a little tighter, I would say, in the next 3 months. Money gets a little bit tighter. It feels like things are sort of pulled back, or expenditures need to get pulled back a little bit. I'm not saying you're broke. I'm saying money's a little bit on your mind. Suddenly money is something you start thinking about. You start thinking about it a little too much, you feel, okay? We do have this double thing. It feels like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it suddenly is on your mind. And I think that that's alleviated some by you get some money. I think actually receive some money from somebody. That alleviates a little bit of it. But for the most part, it's sort of annoying to you because you're not accustomed to just thinking about that crap all the time. I don't think you think about it all the time, but that is it. That is it. Anyway, that is a general. I think we got money on the mind. I think we got a little bit of money coming in. And again, I think that there are some family situations. Family situations just don't work themselves out. It seems like they're here to stay. So you have to sort of accommodate this and adjust to some of that as well. By the way, if you're in the queue, here's what it looks like. Just FYI, we're here and you are down here somewhere. I mean, not you specifically, but maybe you are down there somewhere. Let's get the next phase of the reads going with literally everybody's favorite, which is the Gentle Tarot. The Gentle Tarot. This is a Kickstarter that I liked. I'm just saying, it did not smell like the White Fly Tarot. It smelled quite nice. Yes, smells quite nice, I have to say. Whoever printed the White Fly Tarot needs to never print another tarot deck again. I'm just saying. I did air it out, and I'm going to do a 4K flip through tomorrow. So be ready. Should I wait for S to contact me, or should I text him? Should you take the initiative, or should you wait? 8 of Thunder says you're restricted. Wait, because death is coming. The changes that you need are coming. The changes that you need are on the way, basically, right? You have the Harvest of Stones. It feels like that there are some movements, there's some adjustments that happen that give you the opportunity to sort of go into that next phase. I think that works out overall for you, but definitely wait. That restriction, that holding back, the holding back from that 8, right? The holding back from that 8, it says hang on and hold back because there are changes coming. If you jump out, if you leap out like the Avengers, if you just leap out, then I don't think that's going to work out for you. Anyway, should I stay with the company or should I get a new job? It's a throwdown.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
On the left, we have stay. And on the right, we got a new job. We got a new job indeed. Look at these beautiful things on the right over here. Oh my, you should get a new job. Entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. There's a good reason you're looking. There's a good reason you're thinking this. There's a good reason you're thinking, maybe I should do something else. And I think it's because of the devil. I think the devil is in the framework. The devil's in the details. And the star says you feel like something's not going to change. And you need it to change, MM. You need that change. And that change is going to be offered to you from a new position. By the way, entertainment purposes only. Yeah, the change, that movement, that action, that speed, that not literally swiftness, but I mean, it is a feel of that movement, that quick movement, getting out and getting away, and sort of defending ourselves as well. Sort of getting in that mode where we need something different. We need to move into the next thing. That's going to be critical here. That is going to be critical. So I'm going to vote a new job, basically. What should I focus on for the next few months? It would be most beneficial. Love, work, health, or pursuing my dream. Let's do it. Let's do it, Kathleen. Well, let's not do that. But I mean, let's do it, Kathleen. Let's go. CC Sagittarius, what is going on? Good to see you. Kathleen. Let's try it out. Let's find out where your focus should be, where your attention needs to be, where you should be looking for getting that big result that you have been waiting for, because I think it could be around the corner. What should we focus on? Now, what are our choices again? By the way, our choices are love, work, health, or pursuing a dream. Right? Love, work, health, or chasing something. What do we got? Chasing something. Pursuing your dream, Kathleen, pursuing your dream. It rhymes. You knew I was going to say it. The Chariot starts us off, Kathleen. The Chariot starts us freaking off. It just says it. The Chariot starts us off. That is chasing it. And our dream is embodied within this 9 of Cups. It is the final result of chasing your dream. It's that emotional satisfaction, because I'm telling you now, when you mix your work with your dream, that is when the magic happens, because now you're willing to just work forever, right? Because it's your dream, right? Like tarot. I could do tarot 20 hours a day. I don't care. I love tarot, love doing tarot. That's my dream. And you tend to work so hard. You make yourself so successful with chasing your dream. Now, the 7 of Swords says you do need backup. You can't just abandon everything and run. You do need that place to go that does bring in that security, that's bringing the income and things like that, right? Focusing on work, but chasing your dream in the meantime, getting that shift to where you suddenly make enough money to where you can do that full time type deal, right? The Five of Pentacles says if you don't, you are going to get in a situation where you're money challenged, chasing that dream. And that happens, okay? Queen of Swords says, be very specific about what your dream is. Because I think if you're sort of hazy on it, you're gonna be confused and you're gonna manifest things that aren't exactly what you want. Because chasing your dream involves laser focusing on your dream. That is going to be so key. Laser focusing on your dream. And if you don't know what your dream is, or you don't have your dream materialized perfectly in your mind, it's damn hard to chase it. And you just go back and forth and round and round. And I don't think anybody wants that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm just saying now. Spiritualist had a question. Spiritualist, what was your question? Let's look in my little chat app. Let's look in my little chat app and find out what that is. Maria, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Spiritualist, thank you for your donation. I don't see any question. How does Leo feel about me currently? Sweet. Caroline, maybe the Leo thinks you're sweet. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not insinuating anything. I am just saying maybe the Leo thinks that you're sweet. You know who knows, though? Gregory Scott. Gregory Scott has this information just at the tip of their fingers. And we need to get that information with the Gregory Scott Tarot. That's the bottom line. How does that Leo feel? Is that Leo in the interesting category? What is happening with that? Because you never know with Leos. Leo be over here one minute and over there the other minute. You don't know. You don't know. But Gregory Scott knows. And sweet Caroline, I say that the Leo has some secrets. The Leo has some secrets. It's almost like that they have secrets. They have other things going on. They have other things happening. There are some things happening indeed right now. High Priestess is about the secrets. And combined with that Four of Swords, it's like they're delayed or they're concerned about something. They have some things happening in the background. They're not really sure how to deal with it or what to do about it. They need to figure that out. And that involves choices. It involves figuring out the next steps for that. You are embroiled within this, by the way. You are embroiled within this. Spiritualist, thank you so much. Hierophant said when you find out what the secret is, you're kind of shocked. You're kind of surprised. I don't think you have any idea, actually. Hierophant says that reveal it is like, whoa, a little bit of the reveal, right? A little bit of the serious feel, a little bit of that, of coming around with all of that stuff. Basically, I think that's how they feel right now. I don't see anything where they're just sort of attached or they have a bunch of things. I just think they have some stuff going on they need to deal with right now, basically, right? We have a little bit of a break, a little bit of a pause in the action, as always with that Four of Swords, with that break, that pause card, the delay card, so like the Mountain card in Lenormand. And the Hierophant has this heaviness overall, this heaviness about the entire situation. Anyway, let's go to the next question. Is hello B. General reading for Alan. Hello B. Welcome, hello B, and welcome Alan. Hello B, it's been a hot minute. How you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Let's use a little Chiro. Let's get a little Chiro action up in here, because I do miss me some Chiro Marchetti decks. I mean, I'm just saying I miss me some Chiro Marchetti decks. I'm sad to see Chiro go. I'm just sad to see Chiro go. It happens to everybody. I mean, Chiro's been making decks for like 10 freaking years. You know what I mean? Anyway, happens to the best of us. All right, general health reading. By the way, I'm not giving out medical advice at all. I'm not giving out any medical advice. This is not medical advice. It's a general reading. By the way, you'll get banned on YouTube if you give out medical advice and you're not a doctor. They will ban you. They will ban you. They will delete you. Ace of Swords says that Alan needs to communicate. Alan is holding back some things. Alan needs to communicate. Alan needs to tell people what's happening or let people know the situation. Definitely write that. The Chariot says that Alan has a plan in action. Alan has a plan in action, right? Lover, no, he's just going to stop making new ones. I think there's one more coming out, but after that, apparently he's going to stop making them. The Chariot, he needs to take the action. I think somebody has told him to do, maybe a physician has told him to do some things. He needs to do it. Take that stuff seriously. That is how it goes. Because that Eight of Cups says a lot of times we want to sort of abandon things that are advice from maybe our doctors, or abandon some things. Maybe we think we know better. We don't know better. Eight of Cups says don't abandon that. Stay the course. If somebody gave you some medical advice from a doctor, definitely follow it. Definitely follow that path, because abandoning the path is not going to be good at all. And the Two of Cups says, hey, let's join together. Let's get a support network. Let's find people that are having similar issues and talk it out. Is that part of the communication? I think so. I think so indeed. But talking it out, being on a support group, being on some place where you can get support is going to be important. All right. Am I ready to level up? Am I ready to level up in this yob? Ready to level up in the yob. The Shadowland Tarot is going to let you know about leveling up that yob. See if we can get a new level. See if we can get through the portal and get into the BC content for a while, because BC's back. It is coming back. You need to be level 58. Let's see if we can level up to 58 for this new yob, or for this current yob situation, and find out if we're going to be ready to level up. Five of Pentacles says no. I mean, that's not encouraging. Five of Pentacles, that broke card, the desolate card, it says maybe not right now. Now, that doesn't mean we're not ready to level up. It means we have a little bit of a delay, right? The Five of Pentacles means not right now. It's just not right now, because the Six of Wands is success. Getting that next level successful is going to be key here. And I think that is sort of a next step. It's just a matter of patience, matter of waiting. It's a matter of leveling up later. That Ace of Pentacles says there is a build up to get this, right? Is a build up. There is a little bit of a build up. The Ace of Pentacles, you need to start slow. And, that is one of those things. That is one of those things that you do need, is that build up there. Two of Wands says it is about searching as well. So I think part of this is keeping an eye out for the places that you can leap into and get a promotion, leap into and get to the next level up. Even if it involves moving out and moving into another job, I think it's still valid. It is perfectly valid. So that is how it goes. That is how it goes indeed. CC Sagittarius. By the way, Amira, thank you for your donation. Let me know what your question is. In the meantime, let's do CC Sagittarius. Hey, will it work out with me and the Capricorn? I don't know. Will it work out with a Capricorn? You never know with that. I mean, the Mons Tarot can get you on the right. It'll get you on the right path. That is for sure. The Mons Tarot does it. The Mons Tarot gets you on the path with the Capricorn. I'm just saying, if they're a Capricorn, don't use the Thoth Tarot. Avoid the Thoth Tarot. A word to the wise. If I give you one piece of advice that you leave with tonight, is don't use the Thoth Tarot on a freaking Capricorn. Okay? All right. Make sure that you know that. Make sure that you know that. Will it work out between me and the Capricorn? I'm gonna say no. We're gonna have to give it thumbs down. Sagittarius, I gotta give it the thumbs down, and I apologize in advance. These are rough cards. The main one here is the Lord of Disappointment. You just don't want to see this, especially in the middle. It's got like that feel, like everything combines, everything culminates into here. Everything culminates into here. Amy, thank you again. Everything culminates into this 5. And you have restrictions. It's like that you can't work it out. Maybe you try, but you just can't work it out. It feels like things are just a little bit restricted with that 8. That 8 into the 5. Because of the restrictions, we have disappointment. And And it's almost like that there's a feeling of defending ourselves or trying to get to the next level, but we just can't. We can't get off this cliff. We can't get off the hill. We have other factors that are stopping us. The same thing here, right? We have restrictions here. We have restrictions here. We have 2 restrictions cards culminating into this disappointment. So it feels like no. It feels like no. It's almost like that maybe this just can't work out. Maybe this is going to have a lot of problems. You know what I mean? Maria, why do I have such damn bad dreams? Maria, we are going to use the Dream Keeper's Tarot. The Dream Keeper's Tarot is going to let you know what's going on with the bad dreams. Maybe there's something to watch out for. Maybe you are getting a message. I don't know. But I can tell you that we are going to find out tonight. That is for sure. All right. Why do I have these dreams? What is happening with all of this stuff? 4 of Cups says that, number 1, you're not getting the sleep that you need. I'm not saying that's the sole reason. I'm just saying you're not getting the sleep that you need. 3 of Swords says that you're suffering a disappointment. It's like there's a disappointment around the corner, something that you're sort of really relying on, something that you're sort of a little bit passionate about. Seems to be disappointing indeed. It seems to be having a problem sort of manifesting fully and getting into sort of that next phase. The 10 of Swords says you need to abandon this thing. This thing that's disappointing, it's almost like it keeps coming back and you need to abandon it. We have 2 cutting cards here. All right, Maria, you have 2 cutting cards. You need to abandon, you need to cut, you need to trim some things in your life. You need to do it for some things in your life because the Page of Pentacles says you're not quite prepared to deal with some of these things heading your way. You don't want to deal with them. I think it's a recurring thing. I think it's something that keeps coming back. You definitely need to do some cutting action with that because I think that there's some disappointment if you don't, because you're not getting what you need. And the lack of sleep is not helping at all. Maria, that's at least that's what I think. That's what I think. All right, let's get Amy in the mix. Amy wants to know, should I seek legal action for harassment at work? As always, entertainment purposes only. Never, ever take legal action based upon a fat man reading cards on the internet. Don't do it. Don't do it. I am just a random fat man on the internet putting cards on a table. I'm just saying, don't take legal action based upon anything that I say. That said, should you do it? Should you take some legal action? 6 of Pentacles says that there is a giving thing happening here, right? There's a giving thing happening. One of the biggest problems is the 6 of Pentacles. You don't know if you're the one handing out money or if you're the one receiving money. So you have to look around the other cards to determine it. All right. Page of Swords says the communication may not be at the level that you need. The communication, the things that you say, the things that you provide, the things that you have may not be at the level that you need to accomplish things. 8 of Cups says you may want to abandon something. You may want to give up something. You may want to walk away from something. Based upon these 2 cards, I think that you are the one handing out money. I think you are the one handing out money. You're doing money, right? It's like the reverse money trick. Can I do the money trick in reverse? I think I can try. It's like that at the beginning, Amira, at the beginning, you had 1, 2, 3, you had $100, Amira. You had enough cash to get what you needed. You had enough cash to get what you needed. But then, what happened? You snapped your fingers and you lost a lot of money. It seems that you spent a lot of money and now you don't have as much as you had hoped for. You don't have as much as you had hoped for. I mean, a lot of it went away. So I'm saying it's a reverse money trick. It seems like you're the one handing out that money and not getting it back. There you go. So basically, I'm not going to answer your question because I don't want to get banned from YouTube. But, that is it. And the last reading of the night is for sweet, sweet Caroline. Wants to know, is the secret that he is in another love? Or does he have feelings towards me, but he kept it a secret? Ooh, that's a good question. That is a good question. Is he have a crush? Does he have a crush? Or I'm just saying, what deck did I use for Amy? I used the traditional manga tarot. Traditional manga tarot. So does he have a crush, or is he humping somebody? That's what we want to know. That's the bottom line. Is he bending somebody over the couch right now? Or does he have a secret desire for you? Ooh, could be either. We don't know. The Hermit. I think he has a secret desire for you, quite frankly. The Hermit. Oh, he's shy. He is shy. The Four of Swords, he's holding back something. He's pulling it back a little bit. It feels like things aren't ready to go on. Things aren't ready to go to the next level. He's holding that back. And because he's the Hermit, a little bit on the shy side. Doesn't really want to spill everything out in the open. The Queen of Swords, I mean, he sort of intimidated by you a little bit. I'm not saying you chase him and hit him with a stick or anything. I'm just saying the Queen of Swords, he's a little bit intimidated maybe to talk to you or, something like that. And the King of Wands, he does have that fire within. So I think once he gets over that awkwardness, or once he sort of gets over that hump, and starts humping, I think that the fire comes out. Because that Queen of Wands is all about the fire. The King of Wands is all about the fire and that fiery aspect, that flaming aspect that sort of develops and goes into motion. Once he gets over that, once he launches into that, I think he is going to be ready for some humping. I'm just saying. Anyway, that is it from me tonight. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.